everybody in the league knows what the Knicks just did. And they know who they're going after. And those players know what they got to do. You know what I mean? In my sense, everybody has the feeling it's KD and Kyrie. And the only way that's going to happen, and you've said this to me before, is if they both talk to each other before. The only issue I have with this, though, if we get Kyrie, I love Kyrie. Only issue is that he is injury prone. Mm-hmm. He's young, but he's injury prone. That's what I'm scared about. And it's not like he gets injured during the season and is back for the postseason. He missed the whole postseason for the Cavs or the finals. I mean,
the Celtics last year too.
And what's the point of giving him a max contract if you know he's not going to be there for the biggest games? If I was going to do something, I wouldn't get Kyrie. I'd get Klay Thompson. 2 shooters.
See, that would be nice in theory, but here's the thing. Kevin Durant came out earlier this season and said that he's not accepting anything less than the max.
Exactly,
okay?
yeah.
Klay Thompson said he will only leave the Warriors if they don't offer him the max. So, if KD leaves,
they're going to offer
the max.
Yeah. In the sense of the Knicks, like, look, they're in the East right now. In the East, you have the Bucks, the Raptors, and the Celtics. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's it. Going back,
and you don't know if Kawhi's leaving.
Exactly.
Kawhi could be going to LA.
Kawhi could be going to LA, or Kawhi could be going to New York. I'm sorry, people in Toronto. People will keep forgetting this as well. We have 2 first-round picks.
If you can land the number 1 or number 2 pick.
We can land the number 1, number 2 as well, both at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We can set up not just a team for next season. We can set up a team for years to come.
Or use that pick, maybe pitch to a guy like AD. Mm-hmm. Be like, hey, wait till we get this pick in order. If you got an opportunity to get the number 1 pick, listen, I don't know if Zion is going to be LeBron-esque like everyone's thinking. Mm-hmm. He could be. But we know what Anthony Davis is.
No, I know. Yeah.
Okay? If you had an opportunity to do that, I would do that. So, that's the thing about the Knicks, is they got options, they got flexibility, and they cleaned the house. KP was the last stain of the Phil Jackson debacle. The last one. And Frank Nitti, the guy who Phil Jackson picked ahead of Dennis Smith Jr., who just got back in return. I mean, you talk about a redemption story. I don't know, man. Steve Mills, y'all need a lot of credit. I'm applauding you guys. You guys have done wonders.
But this is the thing.
Wonders.
But this is the thing. This is the only way we're going to know if they've done wonders is if what they do this season. It's what they do this season, this off season.
Right, Scott Mills and Scott Perry. Listen, man.
If they get their players that they want, and everybody knows who the players that they want. It's not a secret.
If you settle for a Jimmy,
if you get like a
second tier
something like
stars
that,
like the Knicks have done in the past,
exactly,
then it's all for nothing.
And
the thing that like separated them, I think, from in years past was like, when you remember when they got Amari, it was they only had enough room for one guy. And so they not only, and everyone thought it'd be LeBron. And then the rumor was LeBron and Wade.
Yeah.
And then he settled for Amari and only Amari. So it was like, and he was doing great. Listen, he was MVP candidate. He had all those 20-something games of 30 straight games. 20, averaging 30 plus. But
no, Amari was good. I think what happened with Amari is just he got put in a situation.
The Amari trade, the Melo and him just didn't mesh.
Yeah.
Here's where I believe it's happening. I was listening to a podcast. My boy Chris Haynes, he's a Yahoo Sports reporter. That's my man. So he had Kevin Durant on his podcast. And Kevin Durant was talking about, the main thing I got from Kevin Durant in that interview was he was so open about what he wanted to do. Not only did he mention the fact that he's not going to settle for anything less than the max, but also that he's focused on business adventures, off the court stuff. If he just mentioned those stuff, we were just having a conversation, he just so happened to mention that stuff, I would have been like, okay. But he went in depth about him wanting to focus on his brand off the court. And you said to yourself, what better place to do that than New York? I'm talking about the tea leaves that I was talking about. That was one of them. When I heard that interview, that was early. That was a few months ago. All right, That's one thing. Number two, and Scott Perry, the GM of the New York Knicks, was the same guy who was in the room in Seattle that drafted Kevin Durant and who still has a close relationship with him. He was the guy. Did you know that? Drafted him in Seattle.
And not just that.
And
go ahead.
Kevin Durant's business manager is from New York. So all these things.
As well as Kevin Durant has come out and said how much he loves Kevin Knox.
Yeah, he's come multiple times. I'm like, why are you spending so much time talking about a guy who wasn't even the biggest deal in the draft.
For some reason, he likes him a lot.
It's like all these things are coming
like
together. I get you about the Kyrie thing. I think Kemba would be the perfect substitute for
But don't we have to trade for Kemba?
No, I think he's going to be a free agent or something.
Okay.
Or the thing about Kemba is he's basically a Kyrie Irving, if you think about it. What does he know? He's
but the thing is, Kemba's older, though.
No, I mean, like, couple years, man. Not
he's
that
30,
much.
Isn't he?
I mean, KD's 30.
KD's KD, though.
Yeah, it's true. But, like, you know, you get, like, 3, 4. But he hasn't had a team, man. He's killing it this year. He's an all-star starter. He's averaging 25 on a team that he's carrying in the playoffs right now. So Kemba Walker is kind of like a Kyrie fourth quarter guy, clutch. We saw that when he was back at UConn. Me and you called it that we thought he was going to be. He should have been the #1 pick. Me and you thought that should have been the case. Michael Jordan was smart. I think Michael Jordan saw a lot of him in Kemba. Yeah. Because Michael Jordan fourth quarter. That's what you think. Kemba fourth quarter. Kyrie. What do you think? Kyrie handles okay. New York streets, but also fourth quarter. Yeah. Okay, so that's Kemba. So I think if you don't get Kyrie, I think Kemba would be a great addition, a substitute. Like, it doesn't have to be necessarily Kyrie or bust. It could be KD and Kemba. You can mix and match. But the point is, you got to get 2 of them things. You got to get 2 of them. You got to get KD and somebody else. And I'm a firm believer. I'm calling it right now. It's going to happen. I'm convinced. I have no doubt. Golden State's going to win the finals. Yeah. Okay, this is going to happen. All right, and he's going to leave. Okay, and he's going to New York. I'm convinced. I've seen enough. At first, I wasn't. I didn't know. Because I'm like, at the end of the day, it's still the Knicks. Okay, but the Houdini moves kept coming. And then the KP deal is what triggered me. I was like, I just needed one more thing to happen, and that was it. For them to free up that second max contract. And now I'm convinced it's going to happen because KD has the opportunity to bring another star with him. And I think it's going to, especially if you look at Boston and Kyrie's situation. Let's say they don't go to the finals. There's a good chance they don't make the finals this year. A lot of people before this season thought that it's going to be Boston Warriors and Boston would be able to challenge the Warriors. I thought Boston would win the finals. I said that before the year. I'll be man enough to admit it right now. I don't know if it's going to happen now. But the point is, and Kyrie said the other day, I don't owe anyone bleep. You heard that? Yeah.
Well, before he was saying,
he's like, yo, I can't wait to resign with these guys. Why wouldn't I resign? Because he saw everything that was going on, and you know, it not working out. And then he made the call to LeBron. I think the thing I have to say, once he made that call to LeBron, he gave me the indication that he was willing to share the spotlight. Because that was the main reason he left LeBron. Because like, I don't want to share the spotlight with you. That call to LeBron showed me that he was willing to share the spotlight again, which is why I could see this happening. I could see this happening.
Him going to the Knicks?
Yes, that's another reason. I'm like adding to the pot of reasons.